Good day. Welcome to Endurance Room. I hope you're all doing well. In our last video, we looked at a stealth camp shelter using the Von Rec shelter system, which uses old USGI pup tents to make a stealthy camp out in the woods. So, if there's any prying eyes out there, then they're gonna come investigate your campfire because it's inside the shelter. Really, really cool and surprisingly warm. That being said, today we're going to take a look at a similar concept and design using just one poncho, old school Soviet Plash Palatka. Welcome to Endurance Room. Here you have it. The tried, the tested, my favorite, Plash Palatka. Folded in half. So, here we have it all laid out. We've got our hood up front. There's a single armhole right here, and then basically just a square piece of canvas, right? The stock recommended shelter configuration for the individual soldier is like a little mini forester's tent. And to set that up, all you do is stake the four corners down. So we got one here. And then at the front, you want to come in like so. We've got a stake, I rounded off the top. Put that in the center. Then I've got a piece of bank line. Cinch it down over top and stake it down. Let's tighten up the back end of here. It's warm as can be, but it's basically relegated to the fetal position inside there. It is not ideally suited for somebody my size, but what can we do to make this a little bit better? Let's see. Well, that looks inviting, doesn't it? Now, traditionally, I believe this sleeping pit was dug right down the center of the shelter, and the soldiers were short enough to make it work. I am not. I was thinking we could turn it diagonally and fit underneath that same setup, but I think even that is going to be too tight. So let's check it out as a plow point and see how that works. All right, so we have 2 sides of cover instead of 3, but our roof is still the same height as our original pitch, but we've got a longer and deeper shelter here, and then we've got that recess cavity to sleep in, which is really, really interesting. So I just propped up the middle with my shovel there, and I gotta say, that's a pretty decent little plow point. This is pretty cool. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel, you know, being down in a hole, but it's not bad. Like it's right at ground level. I don't feel like I'm in a grave or anything, but at the same time, it's really warm. I was able to dig the bed out, so it was comfortable, and I fit under my shelter, which is nice. You know, I got to do some work to get underneath one of these usually. Typically, I'll run 2 of them, which gives me way more room, but it's right down to the ground, and my body heat is just collecting in here, especially towards the rear of the shelter. It's really warm. Pretty cool. Way more room than the stock configuration that we looked at the beginning of the video, at least for me. You know, if I'm spending the night out underneath one Plash Palatka, I'll typically have it set up as a plow point. And when I do that, I'll have it propped up on a tripod, and I'll elevate the back end to give it more space, which I'll then fill in with sticks and debris to kind of close it in. But that was way warmer. With the roof so close to my body, it was just collecting body heat, making a really nice microclimate. Very, very cool. In total, it took about 50 minutes to dig that out and set it up. So not too bad, not great. I'm not sure who would use this to go camping, but it's kind of cool to know and interesting to practice. If you were going to spend the night out in something like this, there's something you can do to improve upon it, and that's just simply digging out a little catch basin to collect any rainwater that would come in. You do that right in the sleeping pit, like a gallon-sized hole. You dig that out, and then you lay long poles in the length of the hole that you would then put your sleeping pad on. So you'd have the hole, the poles over top of it, and then the sleeping pad above that. So you're not going to get flooded out if it rains. Good to know. Well, right on, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you got any questions, just let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.